Hey guys, I am Daisho, and I am here bringing you some more Hearthstone. 8-1 with this deck right now. Hoping to go 4-1 in the next 5 games. Or 4-0, I would take that. 4-0 in the next 5 games, that makes sense. Good sentence structure right there, Daisho. Gotta always, gotta always improve that. Anyway, jumping into a game against Uther. Lightning Bolt is a pretty good one to start with. Can pretty much clear one of his creatures, and I think I'll keep the Feral Spirits. It's a very good play on the early turns of the game. It's a little bit awkward. It's very good at really at any point. Just putting a couple of Taunters out is often just very powerful of a play. But I need to consider my options here. Alright, well, him leading off with a Leper Gnome like that, I really need to think of how to play this in the best way possible. So normally what I would do if I were playing Constructed is just coin out a Loot Hoarder because I don't want to fall behind. My opponent is going to play another aggressive 2-drop next turn, and I'm sure of it. Playing in the arena, I'm not so sure. Then again, if my opponent is so confident about playing a Leper Gnome on turn 1, could be that he has a really aggressive arena deck. So I think I'm leaning towards wanting to coin out the Loot Hoarder. If I just wait and then next turn coin out the Feral Spirit, then I can only Lightning Bolt on turn 3, which is a little bit bad. So I'm going to go ahead and coin out this Loot Hoarder. It'll most likely, unless he has like an owl here, it'll most likely draw me a card, hopefully cycle, and give me an option of something better to do next turn than just make a totem, because I'll be drawing 2 cards. Alright, so he's just going to reinforce here, which is pretty good for me, and he's probably just going to attack my face. Okay, he's just going to attack my creature. So it looks like my read of him being a very aggressive deck might be a little bit flawed. There's a Stormforged Axe. Well, I don't think I want to drop that just yet. I really want to do something more powerful than Totem next turn, because my opponent's probably not just going to make another reinforced token. He's probably going to play a creature or something like that, something that Feral Spirits can handle. Alright, well, now that he's done that, I think that it would be better for me to just go ahead and drop this axe. So, looks like I did make a little bit of a mistake. Basically, what ended up happening was... Oh man, I'm already at 24. What ended up happening is I could have played this thing on turn 2 and then just totemed on turn 3, and it's not like the totem's really doing anything anyway, so I would have just had it out a turn earlier. I bet he's going to go ahead and take out my totem here. And that's a pretty nice play for him. Still a couple options. It's actually a tough choice. If I totem, 25 or 50% of them are actually pretty good if it's the taunt totem, or if it is the spell damage totem, then it's very good. Playing Feral Spirits here means that he can just take one out and then you know what? I can trade the other. I can trade the durability. And in fact, I'm actually going to go ahead and take that guy out. So yeah, I can trade the last durability on my axe for the remainder of this guy, and I still have 3 mana, which means I can drop a Flame Tongue Totem and a Lightning Bolt, or a Totemic Call and a Lightning Bolt, or something like that. So obviously, it would have been the best. It's really easy to just drop a totem and hope. But, I mean, that's a tough play to really justify in this kind of situation. Alright, so no real option here. No reason to play the Flame Tongue Totem or anything. So, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and do this, and then I'll be able to trade the other half of this guy, this half of the Spirit Wolf. If he doesn't gain life, he can just attack in, and I can bolt it down and still be able to play a 5-drop here, so... that should be nice. And I have the Fen Creeper here to just completely wall off that guy. And of course the Lightning Bolt. So this is going pretty well. And I'll have 6 mana again next turn, which is a reasonable amount for me. I mean, I have a couple of 4-drops, and it's always nice to make some totems. I would like to play this Imp Master, but if I don't get to, then that's also okay. So far, I'd have to say that this game is going pretty well. I've taken a lot of damage, but I think that, well, I mean, I felt safer when I had a free Taunter, but I think that I'll be able to maneuver this situation in such a way that is not so terrible for me. And right here, I think I'll feel safest just by dropping this Kodo. Should be the turn right back. Alright, so my opponent's got 6 cards to my 7. Bit of a life advantage. That's actually pretty good for me. Oh no. Wait, actually this is very good for me. Because Wind Fury is quite the spell here. And in fact, I don't even need to use a Shattered Sun. I can just drop this Abusive Sergeant here. This is actually going to be one of the best Wind Furies I've ever seen. I'll just go ahead and take out 2 Chillwind Yetis. That is awesome, man. And just to make a critical mass of little guys here, he could have a Consecration, but at the same time, I want to be able to drop a Flame Tongue Totem. So, a little bit risky in some note, but I'm glad I didn't play the Shattered Sun out, because Consecration clears my board. He can just attack in with the Imp Master and then Consecration. And there's a good chance he's got one, because he hasn't played one yet, and it's a very high pick. Alright, well, that is going to be a tough one to beat. Alright, I can draw a Hex here. That'd be really nice. No Hex. Alright, let's try and draw the Hex. We have a lot of them. Okie dokie. Still have another... I mean, I still want to draw the Hex because beating a 5/3 weapon at this juncture is going to be nearly impossible. There are 3 in the deck, so I have a reasonable chance to draw it. 1 in 5. The freeze here should be very good. Ugh, that Tyrion, man. It's a tough card to beat, but I mean, if I draw the Hex here, no Hex. Alrighty, well, guess we just take it out then. And I can also take out the fire, or this thing, whatever that's called.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Hey, give me a minute.
And finally, I will play this little guy to kill that here. And I think I just... Actually, I think I want to go with this. Could be the right play to just totem. I think toteming is generally a lot better, but I really want to win this game before this 5/3 really has a chance to completely take over the game. But yeah, that Tyrion was really good at getting him back. I think I was way, way ahead until he dropped that. And fortunately, I had a reasonable method of dealing with it. But alright, this board is not difficult for me to deal with at all. So that's good. There's a Chillwind Yeti. He's just going to straight up die, but that's fine. As long as I populate the board with multiple things that are happy to die, that's ideal. Alright, go ahead, Uther, do your worst. I guess this game is not really over. I mean, I'm winning by a fair amount, actually, I would have to say. Guardian, sure, you got a Guardian. Probably gonna think about this play a little bit, but I think, let's see, Fire Elemental. Now that's a good draw. And still keep the 8/8 at a high health. Hopefully we'll get a Taunt Totem. Now that would be ideal. But yeah, I mean, if he just runs into this, then he's got to deal with my board, or he's actually just going to die here. Which would be pretty crazy. Just Tyrion, I mean, is such a powerful card that being able to just beat it is kind of unheard of. Alright, you got a Kodo, that's fine. Curious. Okay. So he is just going to run it into that. Okay, that's fine. We'll see what we draw here. He's got a board. Give him that. Auctioneer. Yeah, I think I'm going to drop the Auctioneer because he's got to deal with this guy. So if he doesn't draw a way to do so... I got the 1/1 again. So if he doesn't draw away to actually kill the Sea Giant, then he's got to run both of his creatures into it just to even survive, and then it'll be nice to have the 4/4 out. And he didn't draw away to deal with it, so that's really good for me. Just to even survive, he's got to run both his 4/4 and his 3/5 into this Sea Giant, and that is just very... Okay, so he just lost the game. Oh, no, okay, he can... Alright, I didn't see that. Well, might blade off the top get there. Wow. Alright, so I didn't even draw any of my hexes in my top 20 cards, and I was still able to easily... No, not easily. It was pretty close there at the end. I don't think I got very lucky. I guess that Sea Giant was a good draw and very timely. I mean, he was just able to dominate the board, deal like 24 damage at least, maybe even more than that. Maybe he did... No, I think he did 24 damage to my opponent and take a couple of creatures out along the way. So, very, very fortunate that I managed to pick the Sea Giant up. But, I mean, I didn't see a Hex in the top 15 cards of my library. I would have... Maybe, I don't think I played one. I hope I didn't. But anyway, I think that was a pretty cool win. Pretty happy to see that one. Alright, I'm still going to get rid of the Hex, even though last game I would have liked to see one. I don't want it till turn 8 anyway, or turn 6 at least. I mean, I would Hex a Fire Elemental. But alright, this hand is really bad. It's got a 3-drop. Okay, didn't get any better. But, I mean, it's got some powerful late game stuff, so there's a good chance that I'll be able to survive until then. And so long as that happens, I'll be okay. But if my opponent coins into a 2-drop and then plays a 2-drop on the next turn, that is going to be pretty devastating to me, especially since it's a 2/3. Those are really good against my Spirit... Well, they're not really good. They're average against my Spirit Wolves. So this game is already not getting off to a great start, but that's okay. I mean, I think that this deck has a reasonable ability to come back, and he didn't do anything on turn 2, so it's definitely a lot better than it could be. I really don't want to see a light... Well, actually, I don't mind seeing a Lightning Storm here. Depends on how many he's got in his deck. I forgot that this deck has no Area of Effect, no Lightning Storms, no Forked Lightning. I guess I've just haven't really had to play from behind. I've always been either kind of at parity or ahead in these games, and this one, could, if he's got some aggressive removal spells here, if he's got like a Lightning Bolt and a Rock Biter or something like that, or even like an Earth Shock, then I could be in some trouble.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Alright, that's pretty reasonable here. So he's got a couple of 3/2s. Ooh, Murlocs. Murlocs are good against 3/2s. I'm honestly just going to take care of the Spell Power Totem here, because one of these guys has to run into my guy anyway, and I think I'm a little bit behind, so I can afford to take a couple of extra risks. I'm not that far behind though, so maybe that was a mistake, but yeah, this Murloc guy, not great, give you that, but looks like he's going to be okay in this scenario. Okay, so I'm definitely getting my card advantage back, and the fact that I've got a Fen Creeper for next turn is going to be pretty ideal. So yeah, he's going to just trade there and then eat my guy, but still didn't really lose much in terms of card advantage. If I had a good 3-drop to play, I'd just drop the Axe, but here I'm going to do this, and then next turn I can play a 4-drop and an Axe, or just a Fire Elemental. Hopefully this is going to be a good stabilizing play. He could have a Hex here, and that would be bad for me. I only have really 3 big hexable targets, so this is probably one of the best things that he could take out at this point. Alright, now we're looking good here. Because I can just Hex that guy and play an Imp Master. And he's about to hit his turn 6, so he can drop a Fire Elemental this turn. And I don't think I'd be very happy to see a Fire Elemental, but I could actually take one out pretty easily. I'd have to take 4 damage. No, I can't actually do that because I don't have enough mana. I only have 7 mana next turn. Alright. Fire Elemental would be not great. Actually, no, I could take out a Fire Elemental here. Okay, now I can't. Wow, Fire Elemental's really, really good here. Because I can just take this guy out. He was expecting to get a couple of draws off of this. So I'm trying to figure out what the best thing to do here is. I think it's take the totem out. It gives him another option to roll a taunt totem, which is probably the best in this situation. But at the same time, I'm not really wasting a damage if he does roll like a... Ugh. Thank God. If he had taken the Fire Elemental, that could have just ended the game right there. not ended the game, but would have given him a huge advantage over the situation that it was right now. Alright, so I'm going to think about this one for a little bit, but I think I know the play that, or the line that I'm going to take. I just need to work out all the variables. Alright. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so first I'm going to draft this guy, and then lightning bolt this thing. There's another axe, so I want to drop an axe this turn. Alright, fine. We'll take one more damage on the Imp Master to keep the guy alive. I think that I messed that up. I should have bolted the Chillwind Yeti and then run my Fire Elemental into that so that it could have survived an Earth Shock. But honestly, I think that it's going to be alright either way. I'm going to start just hammering away at his face because I expect this game, or I hope that this game is going to go downhill from here, and I can just charge at his face, use like a Fire Elemental to trade up, hopefully. I don't know, there's a lot of situations that could work in my favor. Alright, he's got his own Fire Elemental, so it looks like my play last turn ended up working out in my favor, but that's alright. Not a huge deal either way. There's a Lightning Bolt. I think I actually do just want a Lightning Bolt here. Shattered Sun, perfect.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Huh. I'm at 27. I can afford to take some damage here. And pumping that guy means that I get another 1/1 out of it. And now he's way behind on cards. And obviously, I mean, I've got a full board, so you can't really get much further behind on board than that. Nothing that I have is too impressive or threatening, though. It's just a bunch of little 1/1s. I mean, this is the best use of an Imp Master, pretty much. Let's see if he doesn't do anything. Okay, well, he did something. I was gonna try and figure out if I had lethal. So it looks like he really wanted to hit a spell power totem so he could take out my auctioneer there. There's a Chillwind Yeti. That'll help out. And again, I have the option of just taking some more damage, and I think I'm going to take it, to be honest. Just going to clear his board here. Make some more room for me to play my creatures. And, I mean, I'm at a very advantaged situation here. I could have run the 2/2 into his creature just because it was going to die anyway. Probably was the correct play, but either way, I have lethal here. Even if he makes a taunt totem, he's got to do something else. Okay, well that'll buy him a turn, I think. Maybe not. Well, now it does not look like it. Alright, I think that, yeah, we got this. By a lot, actually. I have lethal with just my... just these two. Oh, actually, yeah, sure. It's fine. Okay, so that one didn't look like it was starting out so well on turn 2, but it looks like my opponent really just coined out that River Crocolisk for no reason, and that was probably a major reason why I lost that game. I mean, he didn't... I guess he was able to support it with a Shattered Sun Cleric, which was nice, but he really didn't do much after that, and definitely came back to hurt him, the fact that he didn't have the coin. Just because he could have played, I mean, he could have been like down one totem, but I just ate the totem anyway with a creature, and then he attacked into the creature, so like it really didn't matter much. I don't know. I think that it was a mistake, but maybe it wasn't. It's hard to just mulligan a Chillwind Yeti here, but I think I will. Man, Wind Fury, that game where Makoto ate 2 Chillwind Yetis with a Wind Fury, that was glorious. It's really tough to keep this Murloc Tidehunter here, but I don't think I can really afford to mulligan 2 drops in pretty much any deck. But yeah, against Uther, it's bad. It's not as bad as it is against Druid. Oh god, it just got that bad. Alright, you got it, sir. I don't even want to play this thing, or even this thing, to be honest. It's a tempo hit on my side. I'm just going to make a totem. Hopefully just wait for this Light's Justice to end. Maybe not. Maybe I'll have to drop a loot hoarder next turn. I don't know. Alright, yeah, sure. I mean, it makes sense for him to hit my guy. I'm going to bolt that this turn. And then I think I will just drop this Tidehunter. Because... Actually, no, I won't. I'm just going to continue on this plan of making totems. I think that he's just going to attack things every turn. So, it makes sense for me to keep doing this. Because once his Light's Justice runs out, I will be able to drop the 2 drops for reasonable value. At least to trade for some time, because he just did this on turn 1, which has actually been very bad for me. Alright, there's a Brewmaster. Looks like I actually might... Oh, perfect. Perfect. Oh, well, now he's probably not going to do this, but then again, I can... Yeah, this is fine. Alright, we're good. We can start playing 2 drops if we want, now or at least by next turn. But honestly, I'm probably just going to play this Gnomish Inventor. Ooh, Flametongue Totem could be a very nice draw. Not just yet, but a little bit down the road. For now, I'm hoping Fire Elemental will be very good. 6 mana. Boulder Fist Ogre. That is a very good hex target. Very good indeed. I'm just gonna make a totem here. So he's probably just gonna take out my Gnomish Inventor, and then I'll be able to retaliate with a Fire Elemental for basically maximum value. I mean, Fire Elemental can get more value. I'm making light of the situation, but it's pretty good. Pretty good value here. And now he's got this Fen Creeper, and I mean, depends on what he does next turn, but I'm unlikely to need to hex that. I think I would rather save it. I only have 2 more. I mean, I have 2 more hexes in my deck, but okay. Well, if he puts a Blessing of Kings on it. No, actually, oh yeah, he's a 7/10 now. We'll see what we draw here. But there's a reasonable chance that I could take that out. Yeah, there you go. That's all I wanted to see. Flametongue Totem, Dark Iron Dwarf, and then go for a River Crocolisk here. Maybe I should have just played a totem. I have a chance of getting a Taunt Totem. And, what you got? Hammer of Wrath. That'll do it. And, interesting play. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually, for him to do that. Just because he gets a free damage on this thing. Alright, so this game is going interestingly. I think we're pretty even. There's my other hex. That's good to see. And I definitely don't want to play any of these X1s against this Wild Pyro. It's just really funny that I have not had a reasonable opportunity to cast any of these guys, even though this game has been going on for so long and I've been keeping them in my hand. Well, that's a good hex target. And it looks like I can finally drop a Loot Hoarder and a Murloc Tidehunter this turn. And there's an Abusive, so I can just... I don't think I want to drop that as well, actually. I'm already playing enough things, and it'll be much likely better next turn. And if he's got Consecration, then I don't really want to be completely out to that. If he does have Consecration, then he's got 3, maybe 4 cards, arguably. Alright, that's not a big deal, as long as he doesn't have Consecration here. There's a 4/6, which is actually going to be pretty tough for me to deal with here. But I think that I might have to just risk it. Oh my god, a 0 mana Sea Giant. Actually, it doesn't matter. Okay, there we go. Alright, so what are we going to do here? running this into this. No, I might not do that actually. So you've got 6 for you. Alright. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna run this into this and then drop the abusive on this trade here. And now this Spiteful Smith, I see why he has Light's Justice in the deck. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do one of those and hit him upstairs. There's no real reason to hex here. I mean, there are some fringe reasons, but none of them are really valid.
For the crusade!
Sure, you got yourself a pretty nice little, basically like a Sunwalker out there. That's fine though. I have myself a Sea Giant. Okay, Gadgets in. Well, I only have one more Hex in my deck, so if my opponent does have another big threat, and that'll be scary. So what I'm first going to do is go ahead and draw one card. Wind Fury. That's a good one. Alright, let's try and get the gadgets in out here. And then Wind Fury up here. See what we draw, and honestly I might just go for a Hex here. Okay. Well, that's really good. I can go these, and then still drop a Feral Spirit. And hit him upstairs. Could I couldn't have killed him. I could have hit him for -2 plus 8. So I could have taken him to 5, but I mean I have him dead on board if he doesn't have an answer to this Sea Giant. And it's going to be pretty hard for him to find one. True Silver. Let's see. I don't think he's... Yeah. Yeah, he can't even kill my guy. So that is going to be a GG, well played. Sea Giant plus Wind Fury turns out to get there. I mean, Wind Fury becomes a much better card when you have Gadgets and Auctioneer in your deck. And I mean, I have a reasonable amount of 4 power guys and a couple of 6, and then obviously Sea Giant. So 11-1 right here. This one is for value. I don't know. I mean, honestly, I think that winning 12 might be worse for your gold. But as you guys can see, I've got 945 gold. The only reason that I do is because I bought about 20-25 packs. I mean, I was at 2,600 gold a little while ago, and I've been doing fine in the arena since then. I haven't even been playing that much. I've just been mostly buying packs so that I can open them, crack them, try and get some legends, and if not, pick up some dust, which I can disenchant. Pick up some extra cards, which I can disenchant for dust. Alright, so this is an interesting hand, because I'm obviously going to keep these two, but a 2-3 and more 2-3s is not really good against Uther, because at 11-1, because there's a very good chance that he's got Fiery War Axes. But anyway, this hand is amazing. I have better opening grips, but this is one of the best. So I'm very, very well expecting to just get 2 for 1 off of a Fiery War Axe here, because, I mean, how do you get to 11 wins without like 3 Fiery War Axes in your deck with Warrior? Just a Swamp Ooze, and he's just gonna Raw Dog that. That is very interesting here. Well, I was thinking it would be nice to pick up a Stormforge Axe, and I did. So, not really sure why he just played that. I guess he didn't have another 2-drop, but I think Shaman is probably the most important hero. Well, not the most, but it's very important to keep your guys around for Shaman. Alright, so I'm just going to go with a Feral Spirit here, and I'll let him use the Divine Shield. Actually, I'm just going to take that Divine Shield off right here. So if he doesn't attack, then I can attack again next turn. I don't really want to get too low against a Warrior, but I don't think I have that much to worry about. Next turn's going to be pretty sweet. I still get to play the Imp Master, but I really need to focus. I think I've been playing a little bit too quickly. I'm like excited. It's always exciting to get to 12. I think I only got into 12 I think 3 or 4 times. I can't remember. I think 3, but it may have been 4. Either way, it's always exciting to get there, and you just want to play as quickly as possible, but that just decreases your odds of winning the game. So unfortunately, I won't be able to. Oh well, since he just hit that, gives me a good idea of what I want to do this turn. Flame Tongue Totem, never mind. I think I want to play this. Alright, so my options here are run this guy in, do that, and then still have an Imp Master to play. He's got 6 cards in hand plus a weapon. So he's probably winning at that point. My other option is just Flame Tongue Totem, hit that, and then leave Flame Tongue Totem somewhat vulnerable to an Inner Fire or a Cruel Taskmaster. I think I can probably get more value out of this later, and I have a pretty valuable play in just this, so I think I'm going to go for it. I'd rather do it that way. Reason being, I want my Flame Tongue Totem to come down like as far to the right as possible, so that I can just drop totems along the way and just play a little game of feed the totem or whatever you want to call it, or I don't know. You just want the Flame Tongue as far to the right as possible, basically. Alright, so he's got himself a nice little cleave there, combined with the Battle Axe, so you get some value, and it's pretty nice. And he did have a Cruel Taskmaster, so I think that I probably made the right decision. But still have an average to good play here. I don't think I need to drop the Fire Elemental. I think I'd rather just get multiple threats on the board when I've got something like Flame Tongue Totem in hand. Then again, dropping a Fire Elemental with Flame Tongue and Wind Fury means that I can just hit for 16 in a turn if I want to. That's a lot of damage, man. Alright, that was basically the thing that I was dreading the most. I guess not really the most, but it's not great for me. I mean, I much rather would have seen him play a big threat as opposed to like a small, like, punishing creature. I don't know. But actually, I do have lethal for next turn if he doesn't put up a taunt, gain some life, or kill one of my creatures. Which is, no, wait, 16, 18, not quite. Oh wait, no, yeah, it'll be 20. Well played. Well played, sir. That is just very good play there. And definitely puts me in a bit of a bind. Let's draw a card here. Hopefully it's Shadow. Oh, that's a good one here, too. Alright, we're just gonna trade off on the board, and I think I want to drop a Loot Hoarder here. I do want to get as many totems out as possible, but I'm a little scared about this game. I'm down to 15 life, I'm playing against a warrior, so I really want to get this game done as quickly as possible. He hasn't played any big threats yet, so if there's anything that's like remotely close to a big threat, I'm gonna hex it immediately, because I don't want to. I don't know if I'm even gonna have many targets against him. Warrior doesn't really have any big creatures in itself. That is his third Arathi Weaponsmith. Man, that is rough. Alright. Just gonna take out that guy. Alright, alright, alright. So, a couple of plays here. Direwolf's a good draw. It's not a great draw, but it's pretty reasonable, I think. I'm just really scared that the rest of his offense is just going to be weapons, and he'll be able to just finish me out from here. Finish me off. Destroy me. Ooh, what you got, bro? Knife Juggler into something that's not going to hit this. Guru. Ugh, he did hit it. Alright, that's fine. I think I might just hex that, though. No. Well, yeah, I'm going to hex this. But first, I want to do this. Doesn't really matter, because I think I am killing that this turn. And I don't quite have lethal for next turn, but I've got a lot of damage if I want. I can hit him for 12, 14, and he's only at 19, so if I draw another Dark Iron Dwarf, then that'll be another 4 damage, so I'll still be 1 short. Alright, there's that Arcanite Reaper that I've been terrified of. just some armor. It's okay though. I need to draw Sea Giant. Hex. That's not a terrible draw. I would love to see the taunt. No taunt. Alright, well, I think it's finally time to drop this guy. Get some immediate value out of him. Still pretty worried about what my opponent's got in hand, but I have a feeling, excuse me, I have a feeling he's got to go for this. I think he would have gone for this anyway though. In a rage. Well, it looks like it's about to get executed. Okay. That makes a little bit of sense. He's just going to take that out. Alright, so he's down to one card here. And my hero ability is a lot better than his at this point in the game, I think. Though, to be honest, oh, well, there we go. We're just going to do this. Hope he doesn't have another removal spell. It doesn't have, that deck doesn't have so many removal spells for 1 mana. I'm just going to taunt Totem here. Want to get as many out, just because getting taunts out is so good at this point in the game. The 3/1/1s are also nice, but I can always just Stormforge act next turn, and yeah, that's that's why we run Hex, guys. That is why we run Hex. I think I may have actually been able to kill him if I didn't do it this way, but that's okay. There's another Hex. And sure, we'll go with the Kodo here. Right, okay. And finally, I am going to just drop the axe here, get to town. So, he's got to have Brawl here. I guess that was a reason to save Kodo in hand, because he could have Brawl. He hasn't really had a situation where he could play Brawl too profitably, but there we go! The 12-1, and didn't I say after I lost like one of my first 3 games that I really thought that this deck could get there? And yeah, 12-1. That's pretty nice. Oh, not the 12-0. I still have not done that, but still pretty sweet, man. I mean, this deck was nice. I knew that this deck was good from the second I drafted. It had a good curve. It had good mix of early removal and some powerful cards. Nothing too powerful other than my Fire Elementals. But oh my God, what is with them giving? Didn't I get a foil Dust Devil in the last one? Whatever. Alright, so we got 255 gold and a couple of packs. Plus 50, I think, is for a foil common. So that's definitely a successful draft. I'll give you that. And we got a legendary in this pack. No, we didn't. I don't even know if I had a place at a counterspell yet. And we got a legendary in this pack. No, we didn't. And I don't think I had 2 Kodos. But I got my my 12th Wisp. No, I just disenchant all my extra cards. I guess you guys probably know from the 20-odd drafts that I've done. I didn't have any of the rares that I just got. That's pretty funny. Or I didn't have a full set of them. Yeah, I didn't think I had a full set of Counterspell. This guy can get disenchanted. I just disenchant all my gold cards. I don't have time to deal with that kind of stuff, so it's just not fun. Wow, I didn't have any Secret Keepers. And I'm not saying that that card is playable, but I'm not convinced that it's completely unplayable either. What's the last card? What? Wasn't it Secret Keeper? Didn't I already scroll over it? There we go. Okay, so yeah, pretty sweet draft. Got 630 gold, over halfway towards creating my next legendary. Let's do that right now. Let's just go search. So you guys know how much I play. I mean, probably upload 1 in 5 drafts, maybe, no, probably less than that. But these are the only legends I have. I only have 1 page of legends, just these 8. And I have disenchanted a couple. I disenchanted a Golden Baron Geddon, I think a Malagos, which I kind of regret because I sort of wanted to play it in one of my decks, and Malagos and an Alakir, which I think you guys saw me open. Not sure, but either way, I've disenchanted those 3. And, oh, I also crafted a Sylvanas and then disenchanted it when they nerfed it to just create a Blood Mage Thalanos because they were giving me full value back. And I also have a Lord Draxus, which I didn't open in a pack. I got as a prize for my first 12 in the arena. And it's like Lord Draxus, foil eye for an eye, basically the same thing, right? I don't know. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching me just decimate some opponents completely. Nobody stood a chance. I'm the greatest arena player of all time. I should make that my catchphrase, Daisho, the greatest arena player of all time. For For those of you who actually who think I'm serious about that, I'm not. I was completely joking. I think I'm an alright player, but definitely not the greatest of all time. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it. Have a wonderful day. Bye.